Oh yeah,
I
no,
don't want to get you banned.
Yeah, don't get me banned. Don't say anything offensive that's gonna hurt anybody. But we like to be funny at the same time because you've done the confidential pod.
Yeah.
So this is your first one live.
Yeah, that people are actually gonna see because all my friends asked me to watch the confidential pod, but they're like, "Oh, it's $5, bro. It's a fucking ripoff." It's like, okay.
Hey, Tim puts a lot of content up on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of valuable shit on there.
You gotta support the content creator, dude. Jobins, what's up? Hope you're having a good day. I got a special guest with me, Dylan the motherfucking Destroyer.
What up?
How we doing today?
Good, you?
Doing good. You been taking it easy because you got a little concussion going on?
Yeah, could you turn the volume down a little bit in the headset?
On yours?
Yeah.
On
Or do I control that? Sorry if I just fucked up the flow of it.
No, it's okay. What if I do that? Because I did.
Well,
the thing was I just screamed at you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay, you did. Yeah, it is better now.
Is that a lot better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't scream at you so much, buddy.
Okay.
But yeah, so you've been dealing with the concussion, so yeah, I can imagine that loud noises are even kind of fuck with you. Damn. So yeah, Schmitty's gonna talk like this the whole pod. How have you been healing up with it?
It's good. I made it a little worse than it had to have been because I didn't even realize I had one. It wasn't even striking too, which kind of pisses me off because I at least want to get my money's worth and bang a little bit. I was just grappling, and there were like 3 times in the span of a few weeks where I just got knee square on the chin and wasn't really getting symptoms, but then I was starting to get headaches, and I was like, okay, I know what this is from.
Is like lighting a little?
No, it's fine. It's pretty much past the point of that. It's almost healed up now.
Because you'll see Ezekiel walking around the gym with sunglasses on.
Yeah, I don't ever want to be like that. And I've always had a really, really fucking good chin, and I don't want to lose that. So I'm being extra cautious with it, like more than I even need to be. But it's past the point where lighting's fucking with it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. How old are you, Dylan?
20 years of age.
You are 20 years old, and Jobins, he's a Spartan of a human. He's a specimen.
Thank you, Schmidt.
You remind me, I'm going to say it because I always say it to you, of Angus Cloud. If you were to shave your head, you would be a jacked.
The guy from Euphoria?
Yeah.
I fucking hate that show.
I feel like you could be an actor.
I probably could be.
Because you're a handsome guy.
Yeah, I'm with that real shit, though. I don't do that fake acting shit.
Yeah, hey. So where are you from exactly?
Born in Miami, raised in Ridgewood, New Jersey.
You were born in Miami?
I was.
How long did you live there?
Till I was 11, 12.
Damn. You grew up in Miami.
Yeah, I did.
What was that like?
It was fire.
2 different lives here, buddy.
I went to the public schools there, but then it was getting kind of ghetto because of the way the zoning and shit was. So I started going to private school.
What is that? What does that mean?
There's this thing called gerrymandering where like two people could be living right next to each other and not be zoned for the same public school because of how they draw the lines. Some retarded shit. I don't know that much about it, but it was getting ghetto. Like I was in middle school, or I was in elementary school, and there were kids in middle school getting busted for like hard drugs and shit. So my parents put me in private school, and I made some good friends over there.
Yeah, we had that. I lived right on the line, where because I had buddies that lived right down the street, in all elementary school, and then boom, they had to go to another school. Yeah,
it's weird how they do
so that. We had that too, yeah. Just districts and shit like that. Damn, Miami. Dude, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, so what were some of the things like growing up in Miami? Like, did you get in a lot of fights? Did you like going to school? Did you hate going to school?
No, I didn't start fighting until I was in middle school. Elementary school, I wasn't that aggressive. I always hated school. I tried because the expectation was always, okay, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to get a good job, I'm going to go to college, like that type of thing. So when I would try in school and see other kids doing better than me, it would piss me off a little bit. But I really cared.
With learning?
Yeah, well,
that's pretty cool.
Not necessarily. What are you going to say?
I kind of feel that, though, because, like, remember the math races?
Yeah, the fucking speed minutes.
Yeah, like my friends would be faster than me, and I'd be sitting there trying to get faster.
Motherfuckers,
yeah. So I can relate with that. So you were a chill kid. Are you a single? Or do your mom and dad have any other kids? You got any brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I have one brother.
Is he younger and older?
He just turned 19, so he's a little bit younger.
Yeah. What was that? So, damn. Is he fucking massive like you?
Yeah, he's a fucking unit, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
He's in ROTC at Indiana right now.
Okay. Is he ever going to come out here?
He was out here literally last week.
Oh, and I didn't realize that. I didn't get to meet.
Well, my family's still kind of fucked up. So my mom and brother came, and then my mom and brother got into about some shit. So they both came to watch me train, and then my brother dipped because they got into an argument.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm stoic.
Hey. No, you just take it out on other people.
Yeah. Well, I can't fucking do that now because I'm hurt. So.
Just get a little time, and listen to Coach Tim. Anything Coach Tim tells you, I would listen to.
That is true.
Because I'm not gonna lie, Jobins. When this guy first came in, and we were dealing at the time with the gym, some fucking annoying people that came, caused a bunch of drama and problems.
What, Ziv?
Yeah.
All right, let's not bring his name up on the pod. I was just confirming that's what we're talking about.
Well, yeah, that's what I was. You did it, not me. But we were dealing with those kind of issues, right?
Yeah.
And then you come in, and you were cracking me up because you're in the middle of the cage and you're punching this bag and it's falling down, and you scared me. I'm like,
I remember that.
I'm like, who is this guy? I go up to Tim. I go, I don't know about this guy. He goes, and he kind of go, yeah, I know, I'm watching. But then you were cool as fuck. You were chill as hell, and you're fucking athletic.
I am.
Yeah, you're scary.
Thanks, Schmidt.
Yeah, and Tim definitely sees something in you. He's going in on you. He's trying to coach you in the right direction. That's just Tim, though.
Yeah, no, that's really important for me to have someone like Tim.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah, it fucking is.
The whole gym's awesome. Everyone there. That's why I really appreciate you coming on today. You're another gym member here at JOBINS. Because how long has it been now?
Well, I originally came almost a year to this day last July, and I came to train with Tim. And then he told me to go over to the lab, start training with a pro team there. But I couldn't really train with Tim because I was training with them. And then I was like, I'd rather train with Tim if it's one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I started training with Tim at Red Hawk full time back in like February. So a year since I moved here, 6 months since I really started training at Red Hawk.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought when you came here, you were just here right away.
No.
What was it like training over there?
Dude, it was fucking fire. I honestly missed it a little bit. It's just so competitive, and it's really good for me to be in that type of environment. It's almost like a fucking like NFL practice, if that makes sense.
It's crazy when you first walk in there, and you're just like, holy.
Yeah. I had that fucking too.
Yeah.
It's like I'm standing in front of Jared Cannon here.
Yeah, dude. I remember when me and Brendan first moved out here, and Sean took us to the lab. He was training for somebody. I'm blanking right now. And so was Jared.
Mm-hmm.
And
you watch his cage rounds?
Oh, yeah. I'm around everybody. There's all the other UFC fighters that are there. Mario, all the boys. There's up-and-comers that are in they're like top dogs of the other promotions. Benson Henderson's there. Legends are there.
A big one, too.
I'm like watching Benson Henderson just train with people. I'm like, what the fuck?
He's a fucking dog. It's incredible. You watch him just he'll pick somebody to wrestle with, and while everybody else is drilling, he literally will just go live an hour 45 straight.
Yeah.
And he did it with me, and it's fucking crazy.
Marcus is running around, Drakar's running around. That was before Marcus was even in the UFC when I first went to the lab.
Damn.
And, dude, he was just always super nice. That's why it's been really awesome to watch him do what he's doing. But, yeah, dude. So you trained there for a little bit. Did you have any good scraps with anybody?
I'm not going to talk too much about it.
Oh, okay. My bad.
No, yeah. I got yelled at because I was going too hard with everybody. But I just didn't have a proper perception of it.
You're new.
Yeah. So I didn't understand that I was doing that, and then I would get dinged a little bit, and I would think it's the other person doing it to me, but it's really because I have so much power, and I don't understand how hard I'm hitting people.
Yeah, controlling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just new. That's where Tim's really good at.
Mm-hmm.
Is like finding those areas to sharpen you up and show you where to kind of control yourself more.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn. Well, I think everything happens for a reason, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I'm sure you can always go back someday. They're pretty cool over there. So much talent, and it's cool seeing Tim. Like, bro, he's growing fast.
Yeah.
Since in the 6 months, I'm sure you've seen a lot.
It's going from him being known as Sugar Sean's coach to him being like his own entity.
Oh.
Like everybody knows who that is.
And then it's weird because we had some people come out and visit this week, and they tell me, I get it told every time. They're like, man, the atmosphere here just is so cool. It's so unique. It's not like our gym. And it's just like, whoa. It's humbling every time.
When other people come in and they're like, this is just different.
Yeah.
And then we're used to it.
I know. And it's really the only thing I know.
Yeah. No, yeah,
I don't
but
know
I've
anything
been
else.
at a lot of gyms. It's very rare to find something like this, where like how everybody just enjoys being there and training there so much.
So how old were you when you first started training?
I was about 14 when I started wrestling
Mm-hmm.
and did that for a bit.
What got you into wrestling?
I got the shit kicked out of me because
Really?
I always been one of those. I was always talking shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then my boy.
Were
I
you
was,
chubby?
No, but I was like a lanky string of piss. Like,
Oh, okay.
I
Go ahead,
was like skinny fat, but I was a freshman in high school, and my boy got in a fight with his junior,
Mhm.
and my friend's black, and the junior called him. I mean, I can't fucking say. He called him an N-word.
Yeah.
He's like, it's hard on Friday. And then just called him the N-word, and my friend
It's okay. It's okay.
is it good?
Yeah, it's okay.
My friend
Don't
knocked
knock
him
out my microphone though.
My friend fucking knocked him out cold, cracked him with an overhand, and then the kid got his fucking orbital broke, his jaw broke. The kid turned away. He's like, no, I don't want to fight anymore. And my friend, while the kid's turning away, my friend fucking landed a big right hand, put his lights out. And I made jokes about it, and I was talking shit to the kid because he fucking deserved to get his ass beat. And then one of that kid's boys jumped me. I didn't get knocked out, but he like chased me down, dropped me with the right hand. So that happened, and then
He must have been a scary dude. Was he scary?
the one that cracked me.
Yeah, the one that just.
Yeah, he was at the time.
Because I just look at you and I'm like, fuck, who scares you?
But dude, it was in high school. I hadn't matured into my body yet. I was still like a kid.
Okay.
And then that kid was 2 years older than me. He kind of had, so it wasn't really fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I deserved it for running my mouth. So I'd always talk shit, and I'd always played sports throughout my life, but I'd never really been that good at any of it.
Which sports were you playing?
When I was a kid, played baseball and football in middle school, football, basketball, and lacrosse.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got
Pretty much at all.
What happened? Yeah, pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a concept of if I work hard, I actually will improve and be good at this sport.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought it was just you only have you're naturally talented and you're good at it or not. So my whole life I just thought I fucking sucked. Then I wrestled because I got cut from the high school basketball team. I didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that had just happened. And then my friend, a lifelong friend of mine, had joined the wrestling team too because he's like, this is what I'm going to do. So I was like, all right, I need to wrestle. Otherwise, my boy is going to be able to beat my ass. So I started wrestling, and then I actually developed a concept of if I work hard, I'll get better at something, and it's pretty linear. It doesn't really matter what it is.
Yeah, at my school, we had a really strong wrestling program too. I didn't wrestle. The coach wanted me to.
Because you're big.
Yeah, oh yeah. Dude, I just would see everyone running laps. I'm like, fuck. Yeah.
That would have been good for you.
Yeah, oh, dude. It's regrets. I regret not wrestling and playing basketball because I enjoy both.
Yeah.
I enjoy jiu-jitsu, dude, but fuck. It's so hard.
Well, if you did it more, you would develop cardio specific to jiu-jitsu, and then you wouldn't get as tired.
Right? And it's nice, too, because honestly, when I was starting to do it, the beginner classes weren't as big. Now there's a really good big beginners class.
Yeah, that would be good for you to go and just knock it fucking whooped on every time and actually have some competitive.
Because I'm not going to lie,
rounds.
you were at promotions night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit inspired the shit out of me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's what life is all about right there.
Yeah, seeing people, they like when you care very much about something and you go and put in time and consistency and energy into something and then get rewarded for it. It's very good to see that
and see how happy they are when they get rewarded.
Yeah, when they get their
because of
bell or
everything they
stripe.
put into it. Especially like I can't wait to get Josh on here. Just his story alone, dude, with how some people when they're working 8-hour hard days outside and then they come in and scrap.
Yeah, I respect those people so much. It's fucking hard.
And then on top of doing that, and then you got health issues like cancer, heart problems. It's like, holy shit, people are warriors. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Definitely puts you in perspective. Damn, so wrestling changed, Jay. Wrestling's what did it.
For sure did. And then I started
How long did you wrestle for?
all throughout high school.
Damn, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
Did you win anything, like state or anything?
No, my senior year, it was the COVID year, so it was kind of fucked up how they did it. So they chose who went to regions and states. But my last match as a senior, I wrestled against a kid who won regions the year before, and I lost 2-3, but it was bullshit because it was their senior night, and the kid was acting like a little pussy. He shot on me, and I sprawled and bust his fucking face out, gave him a bloody nose, just bouncing his head off the mat. And then every time he gassed out, he went to the ref like a little bitch and was like, "Oh, I need to fix the little tampon in my nose. You know the things they plug your nose with." He's like, I need to fix it. Literally 5-6 times throughout the match, he goes, stops the match because he needs a breather, and then. I don't want to get into it because I still lost, but in my head I beat him.
Everything happens.
Yeah,
I get it.
And then there was a takedown.
The warrior in you.
And then there's a takedown. Like I hit, but they didn't call it because it was kind of on the edge of the map. But it for sure was a take. And then he went early, but it was bullshit. But like in my head I beat his ass.
Well, what happened? I want to go back. Dude, we had different high school experiences already. You were in high school and COVID happened. What was that like?
That honestly was one of the best things that could have happened for me because I understood that the way my school's attendance worked, I did not have to go to class at all. So if you went and looked at my attendance logs for when I was a junior, senior, my senior year, I literally went, there were 14 days out of that entire year that I even logged on to class. And I just used all of that time to go into the gym and grind for wrestling.
Damn. And you got away with it.
Yeah.
And you got a degree.
Yeah.
Fuck. That pisses me off. I worked hard, damn it. No.
But then at the same time, I was always a little dipshit, and I love starting trouble, and I just, fuck, dude, it would have been so nice to go and raise hell as a senior and not have to deal with all those restrictions.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. But look, everything happens for a reason. You were getting better. So you do that, you graduate high school, and then what made you find, like, Red Hawk Academy?
I'd been following Tim and Sugar for a long time. Like I remember when I was maybe 16, I'd done acid and I came home. So I was still kind of tripping. And I remember pulling up YouTube and I watched this vlog of him and Sugar doing an interview and then like the Contender Series fight
on acid.
Yeah, and I was watching how they were kind of like bantering with each other, and Chick said some shit like, I'm gonna look fucking goofy if I don't knock this guy out. And I thought that type of shit was funny, and then I watched him fucking KO the guy in front of Snoop Dogg. I was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. So that's how I kind of got into it after the Contender Series fight, and then just kind of followed from there on.
Damn. So you've been, dude, that's when I discovered Sean. Was that night live?
So, you're watching live? That was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, back then, dude, before I met Sean, JOBINS, swear to God, I was the guy. I didn't miss a fucking fight. Didn't miss a fight card. Nothing. Collected every poster. Yeah. Knew everything. Because back when I was in high school watching UFC, there was only a small amount of my friends and people that watched UFC. It wasn't everybody's thing.
Yeah.
Teachers didn't know what the fuck UFC was.
I think during the lockdown, it just fucking blew up because that was the only sport that still went on.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That's what consistency does.
It's weird. And with Conor McGregor doing his thing before.
Yeah, Conor's the biggest thing that ever happened
right?
in MMA. Love him or hate him, you have to acknowledge that he put the sport on the map, and it would not be what it was without Conor.
100%. But it just sucks because before Conor, bro, there was the superstars beforehand, and it just always kind of felt like no matter what, the UFC goes on, and they do. We still have other stars, but I feel like they're hanging on more so than they used to.
What do you mean they're hanging on more?
They hang on to John Jones. They're hanging on to Conor McGregor, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck. It's like at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Brock Lesnar could fight without steroids, or if they could make it somehow, they'd fucking bring his ass back somehow.
I wouldn't even care to watch him fight without gear.
Well, at this point with Conor, dude, people are still excited about...
Yeah, he's just so blatantly doing it. What are you going to say?
I'm excited for him to just do... I would like him to just do movies.
I don't know. The thing with Conor is, like, I love watching him perform. He genuinely is one of my favorite fighters. But at the same time, if he's not fully committed to MMA, I don't want to go and see him get fucked up because he's not training as much as other guys. He's not taking it seriously.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm going back to just wanting to talk about because, dude, it's going to be cool watching you sharpen in your areas that you do because you like to throw a lot of wild things, like your spinning kicks.
Yeah.
Name them. I don't even know the names. Which one are your favorites?
Let me just name all of my most dangerous weapons so my opponents can watch. No,
no.
No, I have a good spinning wheel kick and a good spinning back kick.
You like to, dude, you're the one.
Tornado kicks too.
Yeah, is that what you like to throw at me whenever we kind of.
Yeah. I do that sometimes.
That's the one that fucking scares me. Well, the thing is too, you're long and you're strong. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. When are you gonna? So you're gonna recover from this? Are you trying to get a fight in this year, or what are you gonna?
I'd been planning on fighting this year. Literally been in fight camp since like February. There's like 3 different cards I put my name in for and was training like I was gonna fight. And either the opponent pulled out. Oh, I'm gonna talk about it too. This fucking bitch ass motherfucker. I don't even remember his name. He accepted a fight for me in Fusion. A week later, pulls out of the fight and then books another fight on the same card. So I'm pretty sure he just looked at my Instagram.
Ducked?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just looked at me beating the piss out of people. Was like, oh, I don't want to fight that guy. And then the next one, they offered me some crackhead and he declined. And then I was training to fight July 27th and I got a little injury.
That happens.
So I'd like to get one in, but at the same time, I don't want to rush the recovery for this because I'm so young and I don't want to fuck up my chin. So we'll see.
It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting to see how Tim sharpens you up. Because, dude, when you fought that black guy in the cage, you blacked out, my friend.
Yeah, I had just gotten so angry that somebody came into my gym and had the audacity to say, I want to fight one of your guys.
Yeah, he upset Tim because he came in. And then he started coaching people, and he just came out of nowhere, and he smelled really bad.
He did.
He smelled horrible.
He fucking did.
And then did he say anything to you, or how did
I think he was on meth or some sort of crazy fucking stimulant. Because when we're on the feet, I cracked him with some shit that would have put 99% of people's lights out cold.
Well, he was big too. He was a big dude.
Yeah, he said he'd had some smokers too, so he had some level of experience. I don't feel bad about it because he'd actually been in like sanctioned fights before, according to him. So that's why I took him down with that. And I was like, okay, I've cracked him 4 or 5 times with some heavy shots. He's not falling down. Let me just take him down. Took him down, bounced his fucking head off the canvas a few times, and then he came up to me after. And he's like, "Oh, thanks for breaking my nose." Definitely a little fucking concussed.
Yeah, we lost you there for a second, and then we. But
And then I remember them tried. They pulled me off of him, and I wouldn't fucking stop.
It was scary.
Him up. Yeah,
it was scary. That's the thing. When you can get control of that, dude, you're gonna be even more of a fucking weapon.
Usually I'm good. Even in my fights, I've been calculated, but something that made me better at it though, because I used to think being like that made me better at fighting, but then I watched that and I was throwing 1-2 shots at a time, not really being that smart, not really touching or peppering at all, and just kind of just trying to kill him with every shot. And then looking at that made me realize, okay, I'd been told this before, that anger isn't the way to fight at a high level, but watching that actually made me fully grasp and understand it.
Damn, when you actually had the recording of that event?
Yeah, of how I looked.
Was that one of the first times you had something like that recorded of yourself?
No. I've been in two sanctioned fights, and both of them are recorded. You go check it out on my IG. It was a while ago, like April last year, a kickboxing match. Just beat the living piss out of him. Like, there's a good chance that guy's never going to be the same, and that makes me happy.
Oh, Dylan. Yeah, hey, man. There is those fighters that just like hurting people.
That is true. I do like doing it.
But as long as you don't hurt anyone outside the cage and
that's what I'm fucking worried about. Like, I used to like the idea of getting a street fight and just beating the piss out of somebody, but it just doesn't fucking end well. Especially in Arizona, you can get shot, or you can just crack someone, their head bounces off the concrete, and now you're in jail for the rest of your life. So it's really.
Do you not think about like how that would hurt somebody?
Well, here's the difference between the U.S. and countries like Russia, right?
Oh, my God.
In countries like Russia, that kind of shit's allowed, where if you lip off at somebody, like if you say fuck you to somebody or be like, I'm going to fuck your mom or say some shit, like no holds barred. You could beat the shit out of them. And because it's like that in Russia, people are much more respectful there. Nobody lips off to each other the same way they do here. So if somebody really fucking lipped off me, really pissed me off, like I would not feel bad about just beating the tar out of them if there weren't any repercussions, but there are.
Yeah. See, I totally agree with what you're saying in a way, because I do agree that people need to like be humbled at times.
Yeah, for sure.
I like to say be humbled. Back in the day when my dad grew up, bro, ass whoopings were handed out. You lipped off, you got your ass whooped.
Well, my dad didn't do that he used to spank me when I was a kid, but once I grew up and could fight back, he stopped doing that. But I know what you're saying, though.
Yeah. My dad, my dad grew up with beatings too. He always wanted to spank me, but my mom wouldn't let him. One time he flicked me in the forehead when he was
Did
real
your mom get
mad.
pissed?
Oh, yeah, I was like, I'm telling mom, I'm running back to my kid. Yeah. But it's what shapes people end up being a man and having respect.
Yeah, it'll make you respectful to understand there's consequences for actions.
But I'm glad that you didn't say that people have to get you there to do it, because you're right. If someone's lipping off and saying some really disrespectful things, it's like, we should have no problem. It's like, okay, Lippy. It's like, this is really how you feel? Why don't we go handle this?
It's like, let's go fight. Bro.
Yeah, because
I'm not going to sit here and argue like a woman. Like, we'll go fight.
That's just what being a part of a man is. Fuck, dude. Because it's like, that's what I love about the gym. If there was beef, Tim will love to settle it. We got a cage. We can settle it.
Yeah, and people are less disrespectful in situations and environments like that.
And 100%. But most of the time, too, when guys fight, more than likely, more times than none, they end up.
Yeah, they're boys out. I mean, it wasn't like that with that guy beat up because he's in a pool of his own blood face down. And I'm like, round 2, like, let's do another fucking round.
Yeah, but you're learning, you're controlling that. Like you said, you're learning.
No, but most of the time if I scrap with somebody, it's a good scrap. Win or lose, most of the time I win. But we'll be boys after.
Because, dude, like Tim says, and just learning about people, most fighters are not the average person in the way they think, the way they are, and what they've been through.
Yeah, in order to look at an MMA, like you're watching an MMA fight and something in your head be like, that looks fun. Like, it would be fun to do that. There has to be a little something wrong with you.
Because look, I'm a little taller than you, and I'm way fatter, but I don't like hurting people. I punched my buddy when Sean flew me and Warlike out here. I punched him in his face. I remember his blood flowing. And I remember going, huh.
That didn't give you a boner?
No, I felt horrible. I felt bad. In the moment of going through it, I'm still there entertaining. We're still there fighting. But as soon as the fight was over, he went to go take a shower. I took a shower. After, I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm like, are you okay? Like, I was genuinely, I'm like, you're okay? Like, you're not. He's like, oh, no. He's being Warlike. He's like, no, I'm fine, Schmidt. We're good. We're good. But I'm genuinely like, I felt bad.
Oh, fuck, dude. I remember, I'm the complete opposite. Like, I remember I was doing some sparring at a boxing gym about a year ago. Mm-hmm. And if you fight, you go to a boxing gym, it's not really sparring. You literally just fucking fight like 2 times a week.
But if you push me there, if you piss me off enough, I have lost my stoicism, and I'm sure
with that little redhead shit.
Oh, yeah. And with Sono, long time ago, I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, I fucking slammed Sono a long time ago, and I genuinely felt bad about it after. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it happens. But when you're in that moment of,
when you crack somebody, or you hurt somebody, in the moment, it doesn't feel good.
No, and here's another thing. I really haven't been in that many confrontations. Yeah. More so, my confrontations were in high school and under. After high school, I've never really been. My altercations have been with my best friends. Mm-hmm. My brothers. Like me and Brennan have throwing each other around,
Yeah.
And, my other buddies some of my buddies back at home have been the only kind of altercation. But we've never gotten in fights, We never fight each other. Well, but that's it.
Yeah.
So as an adult, I don't know what had changed. I don't know if it was like smoking weed that calmed my ass down. I also don't like getting hurt. I've hurt myself so many times through playing sports. Like, I fell on my shoulder with all my weight one time. That fucked my shoulder up. And Ryan fucked my shoulder up with jiu-jitsu. I'm a baby.
Yeah, I don't think anybody likes getting hurt.
Oh, there's some of you fighters, you guys get hit. You're like, yeah, it takes a couple hits and I'm fucking.
That's like a different thing. There's getting like hurt and then there's getting injured. You're talking about getting injured. Nobody likes getting injured.
I don't want a broken nose.
Yeah.
I fear a broken nose. I just never want to have a broken nose. And then seeing you fighters deal with injuries and then continue doing your thing is just so much level of respect. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. But yeah, it's just something about, like, I don't know. It is fun to go out there for entertainment. Like, I think Sean, I don't know exactly 100% what he's getting ready to start, but he wants to do some fighting thing, and now he's got his cage. We just all helped build that.
That's fire.
It's so sick.
I've seen pictures of it. It looks fucking dope.
Bro, Sean's warehouse, that guy, his little imagination and all his shit that he gets done. And then you see it, you're like, what the fuck? It's so cool. And I can't wait to see the content that he makes with his lights and his cage. Like, there's going to be so much cool shit that comes out. But we can have fucking fights there. You know, some really fun, entertaining shit.
For me to beat up.
Yeah. And I don't know. They want to do me and Mikey. I'm just
an actual fight or jiu-jitsu.
I think, well, I'd vote jiu-jitsu. Because, man, when you get me and Mikey in there and we're just amateurs and we're trying to swing and just get each other to win and shit, it's like, that's broken nose. You know what I mean?
I feel like that might be good for you, though.
Just to...
I mean, you've already done it, so maybe not, but I don't know.
There is a thing when you fight, how good you feel after.
Yeah. It's almost like a sense of relief.
Maybe everyone should be training some type of fighting. Everybody
should, and people would be a lot more respectful to each other in general if it was just required as some sort of gen ed in schools.
Right. That's why I was talking to Paul, Big Paul. He took some videos of his kids just beating the shit out of him. I'm like, dude, that's the fucking best shit for them. You know what I mean? And they're turning each other's chins and coming right back at each other. I'm like, dude.
I mean, if you're 5 or 6, I don't know if that's very good for your brain development if you're doing that consistently.
Well, they had big ass. They were like sock 'em boppers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, still, but that is good every once in a while to toughen you up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure.
Yeah, no,
but I get
fine.
It. But yeah, and then you, dude, you like to inflict pain.
Oh, dude, it feels so good to make other people feel how I feel all the time.
Yeah, you're gonna be a fucking deadly weapon.
Thanks, Schmidt.
Yeah, Tim, just always listen to Tim. What's Tim got you kind of working on right now, like for mental stuff? Has he got you reading books?
Yeah, I've just started reading this one on my own that he said was a good one for me to read. I think it's called The Champion's Mind, or something like that.
That's what's. Are you journaling or anything? Do you journal at all?
No, I probably should. I probably should journal. I probably should not let anybody see what's inside of the journal.
Sean does a really interesting way of journaling where it's like what he wants to achieve that day, how he's kind of feeling, how the day is, all that, like weight, and it's kind of like a, I don't know, little checkup.
Almost like a to-do list. And
yeah.
That's probably a good way to
Whereas,
do it.
bro, I was consistent with journaling for probably like 3 months, and I went back to read it one day, and it was just some dark shit of just me venting what I was mad about, what my day, you know what I mean?
Did you look back on it and were like, this doesn't really make sense to even be pissed off about?
Yeah, and I'd be like, that's not me anymore. I'm like, I'm not yeah. And that's why I'm like, ugh, I don't like journaling. I don't like that bad shit.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I'm like, maybe that's just, because when I vent, I'm like, I like to vent to my boys and my family, and then them give me the advice, and then I listen to it, and then they guide me in the right direction. That's just kind of what I'm used to. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'm like, is journaling for everybody? Or what type of journaling style should you do?
Yeah, I feel like as just the same thing as everything, it would be important to find a style that fits you.
Right? Because maybe if I had more of like a Sean style of journaling, it would have helped. Mm-hmm. Who knows? Who knows what that is?
Fuck, it would be interesting for me to write shit down that I'm thinking in the moment and then look back on it and like see what I'm thinking, see the thoughts I'm having objectively.
You know what I should do almost? It's almost as if I should write it and then throw it in the fire. Because it's like I wrote it out, it's gone.
That would be a good little exercise for you.
I'm fucking pissed about this in the world. This is bullshit. Fuck. Dude, you know what I watched this morning? It's like Dirt Boy Band on Netflix. And
wait, I think I've seen that movie before. Is it the one where the opening scene is a guy
Dirty
eating
Pop.
a girl out?
No, it just came out. This just came out.
Never mind then.
It's called Dirty Pop, and it's about you're 20.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, brother. It's damn near 12 years. I'm almost 12 years older than you.
Fuck.
So you're 20. You were born in 94? Or no, hold on, 2004? 2004?
03, yeah.
03.
Yeah.
Okay, so when do you turn 25?
25.
I mean 21. My man. Oh my
oh,
God, I'm high. Yeah, when
Well,
you turn
I turned 21 in a few weeks.
in a few weeks.
August 7th, yeah.
There we go. You got any big plans? 21.
No, I don't like to make my birthday a special day because I think it's the age is almost a psyop, and if you tell yourself you're getting older, your body will actually follow and age. But I think if I just look at it like another day, just train, maybe have a nice dinner, then my body won't think it's getting older.
2003, brother. We got a big gap.
Yeah.
We got a big gap. So pop bands probably weren't a thing when you were a kid at all.
No, I can't say that word around.
Yeah.
I was a little fucking fruity when I was a kid. Like I'd listen. I was a fan of like Big Time Rush and fucking Justin Bieber. When I was like 7 or 8.
The Biebs was the big thing for you. Yeah. See, I was already wow. I remember the first time I had ever heard of Justin Bieber. My friends all knew him. They're like, Justin, we're driving somewhere. And they're like, oh, Justin Bieber's dead. It was like one of those fake, fake things. And I'm like, who the fuck is Justin Bieber? And then boom.
Yeah, I actually remember the first time I heard that guy's name too. I was just in fucking grade school, and this guy came up to me. He's like, "Yo, do you like Justin Bieber?" Like, fuck this guy. And I was like, "Nah, I don't know who that is." And then I looked him up, and I kind of liked his music when I was a kid.
You look way older than 20, brother.
Yeah,
it's just
I know.
crazy.
I think it's the facial
It's
hair.
crazy how big of a gap we have. So the dirty pop thing, it was so NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, all them guys.
Not really.
Do you know? Have you ever heard of them?
I've heard of the Backstreet Boys.
You know who Justin Timberlake is?
Yeah, I know who that is.
Well, have you ever heard of the movie? Are you a big movie person?
I used to be, but not so much anymore.
You probably have never seen the movie Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks.
I might have. What's the plot?
Leonardo DiCaprio is this fraud guy who's doing checks, just doing he's copying checks and all this fraud shit. And Tom Hanks is this works for the FBI and he tracks him down. And it's like this whimsical game of tracking him down. That's why it's called Catch Me If You Can. I think it was based on a book.
No, I haven't seen it, but it sounds interesting. The concept of fraud is interesting.
It's a good movie, great movie. Came out a long time ago, but it's still a really good movie. Anyway, this dirty pop, you should watch it. You would like this. Essentially, this guy is almost a real life that, and he created the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, all these famous people off of fraud, off of lies. He said he had money in the banks that didn't exist in other countries. But then the weird shit, there's just so much weird shit when these documentaries come out, especially with AI. I don't know what to really believe anymore, especially when they're telling me, even before I start watching, they're like, the audio has been tampered with to match his lips, and his voice has been blah, blah, blah. So I'm already going, what the fuck is real? What's not anymore?
You know what's interesting is those warnings on Instagram that will say this has misleading information. Like if somebody says the fucking COVID vaccine killed somebody, most of the time those things that say this has misleading information, that's the actual truth.
You know how many podcasts I have done on my own channel that are misleading information? Because we'll read articles and shit, and then find out later what's wrong with it. It's like, oh my god, well, we already talked about that on the pod. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so eating healthy food is good for you. Misinformation.
There's so much misled information. It's up to the person to decide, Yeah. But that's what freaks me out with this kind of shit. Because then it's like, okay, how is this guy and he's been rich as fuck forever, know all these things. On 9/11, when 9/11 happened, all the planes were grounded that day, and I don't know about the following day how much was grounded, but the NSYNC guys were talking that he was on the phone with the Bush, and they had a private jet the next morning after 9/11 and were in the air. So it's like, that's power, right? He's talking to a president. He's getting his own.
Who's this?
This is the guy from Dirty Pop. Mm-hmm. I forget his name. I wrote down as Incognito Johnson. That was one of his nicknames.
Bush did it, by the way.
Yeah, bro. Oh, yeah, my boy here, Jobins, loves conspiracy theories like Schmitty.
I don't think it's good to call them conspiracy theories because about 90% of the things I'd say turn out to be true or have actual evidence that supports them being true.
It's crazy how many... Well, I love conspiracy... You're right. We shouldn't call them conspiracy theories. But damn, do I love them.
Yeah, is it a conspiracy theory to think that this Secret Service allowed somebody to take a shot at Trump when the guy's fucking 200 feet away sitting on a rooftop? There's people pointing on the roof. This guy's about to shoot the fucking president, and the fucking police are like,
oh, like, I don't know what to do.
And the woman Secret Service member, fucking asinine job. How do you just can't
Brother,
fucking holster a gun?
Are we not in one of the most interesting times? I think we are in the
It
most
is.
interesting times to ever be alive.
Dude, do you know what the concept of entropy is?
No.
Entropy is
go.
just a basic concept that basically means shit is just going to keep getting more and more retarded just throughout time.
Worse.
Yeah. And that is just all of reality is just going to keep getting more like that. So in 100 years, it's going to be like 10x what it is now in terms of how crazy the shit that's going on.
You're making me think of little Pete, man. He's just like, man, everything just gets worse. Everything. I'm like,
I'm not saying it
that.
necessarily gets worse, but it just kind of gets like less controlled and crazier throughout time.
In the direction we're headed, dude, I don't know, man. It's just weird. Like, JOBINS, why every time something like this happens, this historical event, there's so many crazy things involved with it that were leading to question, leading to this. I think in time, bro, in the weeks ahead, we'll learn more of everything, of exactly what. Dude, so time lapse. Because listen to this. My boy Christian, who lives here with us, motherfucker was gone 11 days. And so much shit had happened in those 11 days.
Yeah, and then he gets back, and it's like a whole fucking lifetime that just happened.
In a whole different world almost.
I had been... we were just talking about this before. I don't know if it's just my perception of time is dwindling a little bit because I'm aging. And like the way I've almost built a tolerance to how I perceive time. But then at the same time, in that 11-day window, there's so much fucking shit has gone on. That it's fucking crazy.
And how fast time's going.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so you're telling me this guy who is a weird-looking dude.
Who's in a BlackRock commercial,
Who's in a fucking BlackRock commercial.
Who's incentivized to not have Trump in office.
Gets on this building that is insanely close to Donald Trump. Damn near can smell his breath.
When the Secret Service has one fucking job and it's to control rooftops, maybe you could give them the benefit of the doubt that they have a woman working in the Secret Service. But that's honestly a fucking joke. And then at the same time, the most suspicious part to me that nobody's really talking about, as soon as the shots go off, the guy gets fucking sniped by the Secret Service, which means they have to have had him in sights prior.
There was a video of I don't know if he was like the FBI director or something, but it was an agent guy on the building, on the roof with two soldier-looking guys and next to the body, and he's asking him all the questions, and you could just, he was trying to piece everything together, and you can only imagine in that moment how frantic everything was. There's so many details that are coming out with like how everyone was from different parts and no one was on the same page with everything. You really just don't know. It's the after part, too, that gets even weirder, bro. It's like, okay, well, then that happens, okay? Then fucking AJ goes and says that Biden's going to get sick. They're going to pull him out. 4 days later, after the speech, or was it before that he announced? Anyway, Biden announces that he's got fucking COVID.
Assassination attempt fails. Plan B. Now this fucking bitch Camel is going to run.
Bro.
Who, by the way... What?
Well, I was, dude, and then the one director is stepping down. They're all getting under question right now. There's just so much.
The thing with Kamala, she has literally said the most racist thing imaginable because she has tried lying to appeal to black voters by saying, oh yeah, I smoked weed and listened to Snoop Dogg in the 90s, where it was proven that fucking he didn't even come out. He didn't even come out until after that. And she's just blatantly caught in a lie trying to appeal to black voters by like racial stereotypes. Who also has put loads of people in jail pretty much for being black who otherwise wouldn't be in jail if they were white.
This is my real question. This is where I'm at, JOBINS. I'm sorry we're talking politicals, but please, this is just my question and answer in the comments. If you know, if Kamala Harris is the 25th, she could plead the 25th Amendment. If you're the vice president and you want to be president, obviously, I would imagine every fucking vice president wants to be president, right? And your fucking obligation as vice president should still be for the people, right?
Well, it's obviously not, but it should be.
But it should be. So if I'm Kamala and I'm seen, and as well as not only am I seen, but the nation is seen and other countries are seen that we got this old guy falling apart, okay, we should invoke the 25th Amendment or whatever it is. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. 25th Amendment to where, hey, This motherfucker, guys, he needs to get fucking evaluated. He can't do this.
You know what I think is interesting about the whole thing is that throughout his entire presidency, he's proved time and time again to be a senile old man who can't even walk up a flight of stairs.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
how do you believe he's running the #1 global superpower? So everybody kind of looks at that and is like, everybody deep down intrinsically knows he's not the one calling the shots. Then who is? We don't even know who the fuck is doing it.
Bro, that whole party's a mess because obviously it's funny that they just don't want her in power because she should be doing that. Biden didn't really say, hey, she's going to be the best, whatever, all that kind of stuff. He kind of did, kind of didn't. Even Obama's thing really wasn't like anything, you know? So I just don't really think they want her to be in power. I think... yeah, that whole thing's a mess.
I think they're going to rig it. I think they're going to say the illegals fucking voted for her that they're letting into the country. Like, dude, these people won't even get a fucking job. You think they're going to stand in line to vote? They're going to show clips of fucking, like, people who are different skin color.
I really hope it's not true.
I promise you they're going to rig it.
Dude, I hope it's not true with, like, I hope we don't... they're saying that all these all the criminals and whatnot, and that we would have some kind of huge terrorist attacks. If there's some big terrorist attacks getting ready to happen, that sucks. All for the political agenda. Fucking sucks.
That they would probably let happen.
Because we don't know where it's going to happen. Where is it going to happen? Going to happen here?
It honestly is better when you look at it objectively and think of it as entertainment rather than what actually is happening.
Dude, it's scary what's actually happening.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. And then also what was weird was all the all the updates and shit that was taking down banks and the airlines. And then even weeks before with AT&T. There's a lot. Like, I'm sure what is today? Thursday?
There's probably going to be a bunch of shit that happens.
Like, I'm sure there's something
Sunday.
happening right fucking now, dude. And it's just so fucking weird. Enough of that. My boy here, JOBINS, is knowledgeable about crypto. You know your shit.
Yeah.
And you want to know some theories I got going on?
I would like to, yeah.
So, I was kind of talking about it on the Confidential pod. Dylan's been doing the Confidential pod with me and Tim, and you've been killing it. You've been great.
Thanks, Chee.
I like doing pods with you. You're fun. Trump and Elon, they got each other's backs, right? Remember when I was kind of talking about that? And then
Because they both support free
right?
speech and are not satanic pedophiles, yeah.
I think just as strong as that bond is, you never know. When two people power, you just never know when heads can collide in anything like that. But for right now, they're best friends, right? How long do we keep printing money, brother?
See, this is why crypto is fundamentally biased to go up, because the entire world runs on the scam, which is fiat currency. You think that when you pay taxes, oh, like that's where the government's getting all the money is from my tax. Wrong.
No,
The government pays for shit by printing money infinitely out of thin air. So when you have an asset that there's a finite amount of that's denominated in fiat currency, as long as the money machines keep printing, the price of that asset is going to go up.
And then the assassination tip, then what? Bitcoin went up, or what was it that went up?
Yeah, well, pretty much the entire altcoin market is leveraged Bitcoin, so it all kind of moves together.
Why did that go up after the assassination?
I couldn't give you a solid answer, but to theorize it, I would believe that the push for decentralized way of living is going to be stronger after they realize the deep state or whoever the fuck you call it is trying to kill the president. And people see the direction the country's going, where shit's just you're gonna have less and less and less freedom, and crypto essentially is a mechanism to have a little bit of freedom, so that you don't need all the regulations and shit to have a simple bank transaction. So I think that kind of is what pushed it up, but that I'm not 100% sure of.
Because it's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I was like, what the... when Brennan told me, I'm like, wait, why? And he didn't,
Well, also right now, we're in a spot where there's... the countries are either printing money. There's either quantitative easing or tightening. Easing involves printing money. Tightening involves not printing as much money. Both the U.S. and China, who are the biggest contributors to printing fiat currency, are in a situation where they're about to or currently printing a lot of money that's just not reflected in the market yet. And then when you combine that with the supply dynamics of the halving, which the rate at which Bitcoin gets mined decreases exponentially every X amount of years. So there was just a halving, so the supply is down. And the supply of U.S. dollars is going up because the U.S. is going to print, and then there's a good chance China also prints with the U.S. because they're going to print anyway, and they don't want their dollar to be weaker than the U.S.
So that's where we come together. And
What do you mean? Oh yeah, that's when we. I guess yeah.
Yeah. But you know what's the thing is, without that kind of change, when there's always that sort of change, what is there?
What do you mean?
War.
Yeah, that also, if we want to get into things that are conspiracy theory, like war is just
Let's
a fucking
get into
rat.
it, baby.
It's just a fucking rat. I can't give you fucking massive details on this because I'm not as knowledgeable as I am on other subjects. But at the end of the day, there's a bunch of fucking people sitting in a dark room who nobody knows who the fuck they are, what their names are, who are making loads of money off of the war. And these are the people who buy the politicians. So of course the countries are going to go to fucking war. But if you fall for the fallacy that if you're a U.S. soldier, you're going to fight in Ukraine and die in a ditch in Ukraine to defend your own soil, it's fucking retarded. And I'll tell you, this just from a fundamental level, this is how I know that it's all a fallacy. How many wars have we been in as the United States? And tell me the last time we've had a war on our own soil that we're not just fucking sticking our nose in another country's conflict for money.
Right. Hey, I agree. That's why I was staying behind Pablo. I fucking butchered it with the Danny Pod in South America. But yeah, can you imagine had like he stayed in power? How you know what game I don't like playing with Brendan anymore that I'm not gonna play?
What?
Risk. Done playing it. Have you ever played Risk? Used to be
No.
fun. I used to enjoy playing Risk. It was like, oh, you said
Why don't we play it anymore?
It's too real. It's too real. The game's too sick. It's a sick real game, just like Game of Thrones. It's all just sick because it's like. Huh?
You know what's interesting, and the difference between Pablo Escobar, like a cartel running a country, versus the government is when you have Pablo Escobar running a country, killing people for power, the government's doing the same exact fucking thing. The only difference is when it's Escobar or when it's the cartel, you actually know who it is. Versus when it's a politician doing the exact same shit, the exact same evil shit. You don't even know who the fuck is pulling the strings because the people in place who the eyes are on, who the spectacle is on, is just a fucking puppet.
You're Gen X or Z? What is it?
I don't know. I don't keep track of it.
I forget too. But I feel like my generation and the younger generations are with the everything we have, we're like the generations to expose. You know?
Maybe Gen Z is the last one. Maybe it's like that for a reason. The timeline is just played out so that Gen Z is the last fucking generation of humans.
Bro, the way everything's been going, this shit feels like a simulation. That's why
I've had those thoughts.
Lately, the way that I grew up and the way that my parents grew up and the way that you think, like, oh, by this time, you'll have this, and this will be like this, and this will be like this. So it kind of creates all those worries because you're worried about all these things. Whereas, like, if you just go with your everyday and you just try and focus on what the only things that you really need to focus on that are going to make your life better, bro, it's so much better. Because the distractions of the worries, that kind of have been implemented into me where it's like, 401k, retirement, all that kind of shit.
That's just a scam. I could get into that if you
like. Oh, we could too. Like, I could too. But, like, that's what was shaped into our heads in school or, like, with school.
And that was intentional.
And even
to make you a slave.
Just existence as itself. Like, because I'm a very, I go out because I think in the timeline type shit of my life, my parents' life, just human existence, where life is going. That's why all this shit, that's why I like conspiracy theories is because of how thought-provoking they are. Because I like thought-provoking things. I like to think and wonder. And
when everybody's looking that way, but in reality you should be looking that way.
Yeah. Knowing the truth, figuring out the truth. But it's weird because those kinds of things that could kind of add anxiety to people when they're finding out the truth and it'll freak them out. That doesn't freak me out and add stress to me. What's adding stress to me are the things that I probably should let go of and worry about and not worry about so much. Because you can't control those ones.
Yeah. Well, you have to find a balance of it because most of the shit that we're talking about right now, zero impact on your day-to-day life. I need to stretch and I need to go to the gym and I need to do X, Y, Z.
Exactly.
But it also comes to a point where you have to look at what's going on and be like, okay, these are the people in power. This is what's going on. I need a plan in case it gets out of hand so I'm not just fucking trapped here where they're taking 40% of my income and destining me for slavery.
I know. That's why I'm just like, man, let some shit go, Schmidt, and breathe, because this whole shit's an experiment, you know, and life is going by so fast. We only live once, and I just believe you be a good guy, be good to your family and friends, have good, strong relationships, and leave. I want to leave something behind that I'm proud of.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want. A legacy, and make people laugh. That's why I've always wanted to be a director. I want to make people laugh, cry, scare them, thrill them, all of it.
You could get into that. You should get into that.
Right? In time. I think everything happens for a reason. I'm dialing up some things. I'm trying to get focused. Schmitty's doing the work in one step at a time and trying to not stress and worry about things that I can't control, like I've been.
Yeah, it's hard because it definitely is a balance, because you don't want to be completely ignorant to what's going on, because it can get to a point where you get fucked over by it, but then at the same time, most of this shit has zero impact on your life at this moment.
But in a way, dude, politics at the end of the day do, because everything is based on it. I wish it didn't.
But
it does.
What do you do that's based on politics?
Eating food.
Filling
my tank up.
That's kind of true, because it's the
filling
price
my
of food
tank up
just
is
going
political.
up fucking exponentially. That is true.
And now the world we live in, what app on my phone?
Oh yeah, fucking TikTok. But that's a good thing to note too. That is why you should be aware of it, because you need to figure out a plan for how you're going to escape slavery. Because if you can barely get by working a normal job, and then you have to pay for groceries, which the price of that is going up the fucking absurd amount. On top of that, the government's taking 40% of your money, and you go to jail if you don't give it to them, which they don't even need the money. So you look at the fact that they're taxing that high and wonder, why are they doing that? And the clear answer is to make you a slave to the system. So you have to be aware and aikido your way out of it, but then at the same time stay focused enough to do what you actually need to do.
Facts. Yep. One guy. I was reading this one guy. He was saying, he's like, if you got a job right now, hold on to it. And I was like, what the fuck?
I think you definitely need steady income if you don't have money saved up that you can live off of. But if you don't have a job, you for sure. Well, even if you do have a job, you for sure should be building something that's going to sustain you. Like something you're going to make big money off of that requires a little more of an investment than a job.
Do you think, so Trump's getting old, Elon's getting older, he's not old yet, he's old, but he's not old, like, you know. In our lifetime, do you think we see a big drastic change to what we're doing right now? Currency-wise.
It looks like it's heading, currency-wise, that's still a different thing. Well, it looks like it's heading that direction. But the way they're doing it isn't going to be too drastic, because if something crazy happened and they just said, okay, your lives are like this and now it's going to be like this, then that would alarm people. Then that would wake people up. But what they're doing now, I don't even know who they are, and that's the fucking problem. But what they're doing is just slowly pushing this fucking agenda. And most people right now, the fucking sheep, that they don't care. It doesn't matter. Gas is going to cost this much. You're getting taxed this much. This is what happens if you say bad things about transgenders on the internet. And they're slowly pushing this agenda to where you no longer can believe, you no longer can actually say what you believe. And it's going to get pushed and pushed and pushed. And slowly things are going to change over time.
AI is freaking me out too, dude.
Yeah.
AI videos, everything. It's all freaking me out.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be crazy. Something I thought about is, let's say you're on trial for a crime. How can you is video evidence gonna be even enough anymore? How can you say if that's AI or not?
That freaked me out.
I can make a fucking AI video of you fucking robbing a bank.
When does someone, because you would think that's going to be a good tactic to use politically, right? If you want someone who's in a huge political spot or something that you want to fucking take down.
And then most people are such fucking sheep too. Like, you just print something on a newspaper, post it on Instagram. Oh, okay, I'll get my injection.
Right? So remember back in the day, people would make phone calls. They would see something on TV and it would say, you like this? Call this number. And it would just be some kind of Wolf of Wall Street type shit.
Just some scammy fucking item.
Bro, it's on YouTube now.
What do you mean?
I'm watching YouTube when shit's going on, and it said live. Now I'm seeing a bunch of these videos that say live on them, and they're not really live.
Oh, yeah, like that.
Yeah, and it's a video of Elon Musk talking to people, right?
Is it a real video, though, or is it AI?
It's AI. It's got to be AI because it's telling you It's saying, hey, we're gonna double your Bitcoin. And it's telling how Elon's gonna change. It's gonna make this one world order with currency and all this kind of shit. Scan this QR code with your phone, and we'll double your Bitcoin.
Dude, I should fucking do that.
It changes your life. Your fucking
Yeah,
life.
just get a bunch of these fucking sheep that just send me Bitcoin. I mean, I know how to use AI. I can make it look like I can make it look like fucking Elon saying that.
Dude, but no, that's why I'm like, holy fuck, this is the new way that this is done now. It's insane. Technology, just even the fact I was telling Brandon, I'm like, dude, there's gonna be a point where we don't even have to do a pod. We could just type in a couple things, and it's gonna make a whole.
But then there's certain tasks that I don't think should be automated, and that human consciousness is actually what makes it good.
It's gonna be so scary, brother. We're not gonna know.
But like things like this, I would rather sit down and do a pod than just type in a screen and have a pod be produced.
So guess what? So JX just started the Three Amigos pod, and if he legit has 3 people all the time consistently, when you be consistent, that's tough. There's a lot to do.
Yeah, especially when it's contingent on other people.
Tim. If Tim and Sean keep their pod going, and Sean and Tim's like, oh, I don't want to be famous, but then yet he's making fucking masterful video after masterful video on YouTube and just crushing it number-wise. Motherfucker said, I don't want to be famous. Yeah, right. He's going to get busier, right? He's developing more champions, right? Sean's going to be busier with the billionaire mindset. He's going to take over president one day of the United States. There's going to be a point where they're too busy, and they're going to be like, oh, well, what would we talk about? And then they just do it, and then the AI makes it. That's what I think is really fucking coming.
But do you think they would do that? Because I think the reason they do the podcast and the reason they started doing the podcast wasn't even necessarily just to build a platform, which obviously that's going to play into it. But then at the same time, it was just because they genuinely enjoy just sitting down, shooting the shit.
In moments when they still do, they will. I agree. I think they would. But to keep a consistent flow of what people want, I think they would use it.
But then once you have all of that shit going on, like, you don't need to make a podcast. And then at the same time, I feel like they would kind of do it how the Tates do it, where they'd just be like, okay, we don't need to give you content every single week, but when there's something they'd like to talk about, they'll just sit down and talk about it.
Think about this too. What's going to be made that we don't know yet and don't use yet in just 10 years, right?
Yeah, that's a fucking big question,
right?
too.
And when I forget who said it, but it's pans, right? How many pans you got? Some other people are like, how many, I don't know, whatever. I call them pans. How many pans you got?
No, yeah,
you
like how many things can
you got your Twitch going.
Focus on to build, yeah.
You got your Twitch, your YouTube, your TikTok, your Instagram.
Well, that I know what you're saying, but that's a different thing because all of that would
your movie reviews, your weed reviews, your podcasts.
But like all of that would fall under one category of building a platform, and you have to remember attention is currency. So it all falls under the platform of like, this is one way to make money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's like the way I think of it is like, there's social media, there's business, there's fighting. Like I have more broader categorizations for those things, but I understand what you're saying.
And like acting.
Yeah.
Like I've always wanted to be an actor and whatever and whatnot, but then like people have their problems and all that kind of shit. Are actors going to have an issue with AI in the future when like
that's a good question. Is that
and
even
writers?
A job? But
because
I think,
brother, just hear my theory real quick. So me and you are sitting here, right? And me and you, because I like doing a pod with you, and me and you do a pod. We got our successful pod. I'm like, all right, bro, and we got our AI. We've been doing this a long time. People have been watching our AI pods. And I go, all right, this week we're reviewing UFC 304. Who's the main
gets KO'd, his beak gets broken.
My prediction, UFC 304, Bilal Muhammad chokes out Leon Edwards. So we type in that reaction, and then we go, okay, Joe Rogan said this, all that, type that in, boom, and then we hit click, right? And then on our screen, it's going to show us like 500, 1,000, however we decide we want in our little selection pick. And they all come up different titles, different names, and then you click on it, just click on one of them, and all these analytics pop up. Oh, who it will relate to, who will like it more, what side it persuades more on, and you could go through and pick whatever one you that works for that fucking pod.
But what I'm saying is, no matter how good that technology gets, there's an element of human consciousness that cannot be replicated by a computer that I would genuinely rather just record the reaction myself because I like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what is real will prosper. Like, you could do that, but I don't think it's like you can't lie. It's impossible to lie. People will always be able to know what is real and what you actually care about and what you put effort into and what you half-ass. And even if that's not true, it always is going to be better to think of it like that.
So do you think if me and Brendan used our AI and you, the viewer, who's watched all my pods and you know me and Brendan like the back of our hand, right? You would know, you think that we'll still be able to tell, hey, no, this is one of their AI episodes by the way they're talking.
Either that, depending on how good it gets, or I would just rather watch, like, if you had 10 videos, 5 of them were AI and 5 of them were real, and you didn't tell me which ones were which, I probably would tell you the real ones are better.
That's fucking interesting. It's so interesting to see, like, dude, like these conversations that we're even having, and who knows what's gonna happen. It's so crazy. I just think Elon's up to something.
What, you think he's gonna trick everybody into putting those fucking chips in their brain? It's gonna turn into Skynet.
I think one day he announces something that changes everything.
Yeah, there's zero chance that I'll ever get a fucking chip put in my brain. There's zero circumstance that could trigger that.
What if so many people have them, like our phones?
Don't care if it becomes like that. I'm moving to the woods and just fucking herding sheep.
Bro, that's all I'm like, dude, seriously, I'm like, man, lately I've been thinking the way the world is and everything. I'm like, man, I love making content. I'd love to make content with the boys for the rest of my life. Just make funny content, have fun, make sure the bank account's okay, eat good. I would love to farm and just having natural good food, everyone eating together every time. That's life. That would be
That would be fun, just to make a bunch of money and then get a pimp-ass farm.
Do you know how much hard work goes into farming?
It is. I've been around it a little bit, and it is fucking difficult, yeah.
And if we had a community of knowledgeable people who knew how to farm.
Black belts in farming.
The things that could get done. You know what I mean? The things that could get done.
That actually might not be a bad thing to get into, not even for self-sustainability, but in terms of industrializing it, like, the price of food is going up. Good quality organic food is just becoming so much more valuable. And as it becomes harder to come by, there also are a lot of people who are waking up to it and being more aware of it. So that actually may be a good industry to get into in the future.
Hey, Sean, Tim, let's get our white belts on. And let's start farming and building a community.
Weed too. Me and my boys are starting a weed farm upstate New York, rooted ranch organics, farming good quality weed. And like what I said before, what is real will prosper. Anything that is good and organic and genuinely grown with good intention will be better for you. And people are going to like this product a lot more than the shit they're smoking from dispos just sprayed in pesticides.
This is what I like about Dylan JOBINS. Because, I know he's a wild cannon. He's violent. He likes violence. But behind all that violence is actually like a reasonably smart person who like just actually thinks and gets it and just understands, which is what's interesting about you.
Thanks, Schmidt.
And you like to take risks with it with businesses. Like you're starting this new business right now with the water. What are you doing exactly?
Sedona Springs Water. So essentially, we provide a water home delivery service. A lot of the water you have now, it's either shit water, distilled, which actually, if the pH is below a certain level, it actually will dehydrate you more. That's what a lot of people are drinking right now because it's cheaper and people don't want to pay for good shit. And
I got a question for that.
Yep.
Is there a way to get bottled water pH level? Am I dumb? Is there already water out there with pH
the whole
in
problem
the bottle?
With bottled water, too, is that it's in plastic. So plastic is the number one, plastic and water, like, water is the number one solvent, and you put it in plastic, which easily gets absorbed into shit. You ship it on these fucking hot crates. Like, think about Phoenix especially.
Oh, yeah.
It gets up to 120. Imagine how hot it is inside of those fucking trucks. And then, everybody has fucking plastic in their balls. No, this isn't even a joke.
True.
They've done studies. 100% of people, 100% of people found in studies have plastic in their ball sack. So my goal is to provide a home delivery service with good quality organic water sourced directly from a spring in Sedona, delivered to your house every single week.
Similar to Mountainside.
Yeah. Well, they're fucking running out of water.
Yeah.
They're running out of it. Tim said he does the service through them, and they're fucking doing recalls because they're running out of water.
What's pissing me off? It's because of these fucking HOAs.
What's that? Oh, homeowner association.
Yeah,
What does that
it's
have to do with
because of these
it?
fucking HOAs, man. We got a new HOA in our neighborhood, and they're so strict with shit. You got to have 11 plants in your yard. Everyone's got to have 11 plants. So many of my neighbors, I've talked to my boy, shout out Peter, you're a homie. Shout out my neighbor. He's pissed. He's like, motherfucker, I all of a sudden got to have fucking 11 plants in my yard.
That sounds like some sort of satanic ritual.
Dude, we live in a fucking neighborhood. It's like, holy shit. And then it's like, what the fuck? Like, that's water. It's like they're talking about how it's hard to get water out here, but
You're
yet
forcing people to have plants and water them in Phoenix.
Yeah,
Arizona.
and then
There's
look
120
everywhere.
out.
It's like we're trying to make all these trees and plants exist out here in the desert that can't. It's like fucking. And do you know how much water a cactus sucks up out of the ground? And we just got like, dude, it just, some shit just don't make sense, right?
Yeah, that's why you have to look into things, and when something doesn't make sense, or even sometimes when it does, you have to look at it and ask yourself, what is the intention behind this? Should I take this at face value, or is there something else behind it?
Some cities in America, I think, were fake it till you make it on building them.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it, and they never made it. You know what I mean? We're still
the
running
entire
off that fake.
fucking US.
We're still running off the fake it. So, yeah, but no. So would you? Because you got a good point. Because everyone hates the plastic. I'm trying to be better with it too. I'm trying to avoid as much plastic bottles as I can. And then you guys were getting on to me about my refrigerator water, and here I am thinking I'm doing good, keeping up with my filter. Hey man, I'm keeping my filter light good, but apparently that's not even good enough, right? So,
dude, the tab. Don't even fuck. You should not be drinking fucking tab. Don't even get me started on it.
See,
I will pull up a list for, it's called EWG. You can go to this EWG water database. You can type in your database. You just type in your zip code, and it'll show you every single fucking cancerous toxic chemical that's in the water. You pull up the one for this zip code, Peoria.
We're dead.
1,300 times.
We're dead.
The amount of arsenic that would be considered benign for human consumption. There literally is fucking chromium in the water.
Brother, I came from St. Louis, Missouri, where we drank from hoses growing up.
You shouldn't do that.
We'd play catch on the side, and then we'd run on the side of the house. There wouldn't even be a hose there. You'd be dipping your head down, drinking straight from the thing at the fucking house.
And it probably wasn't as bad.
And it would have that flavor to it that you liked. You're like, ooh, that's good.
The fluoride?
No, there was if you know, you know, you know.
No, I used to drink fucking tap water on my fridge, then I stopped, and I got fucking jacked.
That's interesting. But what about Ice Cube? Still getting swole off bread and water.
Is Ice Cube jacked?
I mean, he was back in the day. I'm sure.
He's not now.
Well, yeah, true. But, dude, do you think so? What about... Because there's some, like Mountainside, you can go to the stores. Not every store has the glass bottles.
Also, the thing with buying it like that is, and this is why Sedona Springs is superior, to actually buy glass bottles of Mountain Valley. Like, okay, I drink X amount, probably a gallon or two of water every day. If I only bought the Mountain Valley glass bottles from the store, I literally would be paying $35 a week for water versus you get the 5-gallon jug delivered directly to your home. It's going to be substantially less than that, just under $50 per week.
My question for you, those bottles that you're buying, are those pH 6 from Mountainside?
Those are good quality water, yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
So as long as you keep them in a glass bottle, they'll keep their pH balance.
Yeah. I mean, the glass, I'm not an expert in this exact thing, but I'm not too sure about the pH, but I know for a fact if you put it in plastic, the plastic's going to get into the water, and then the plastic's going to get into your balls and make you low T and beta.
Ready for your name for your glass bottle? What level is it? Is it pH 6?
The pH is much better than that.
That's what's the best pH that you'd be able to get in that glass bottle?
I don't know. I haven't tested it yet. I'm going this weekend. I'll put a little pH test strip in it and give everyone an update on IG.
What would you like? Lowball it a little so you can surprise and be even a little better. Just a smidge.
I'm not an expert on pH, but around high 8s.
So then, ready? pH 8.
Oh, that's what to call it?
Yep.
Maybe.
Let the people know. This is
Or
why.
just put it on the bottle.
This is
somewhere
why.
in big
This is the
fucking
best
letters.
fucking water on the market.
Yeah, it's because
This is pH.
There's no fucking plastic.
No
in
plastic.
It. And if I tell you there's no plastic, then there's no fucking plastic.
There's
in
your advertisement.
Yeah.
We like to talk about plastic in our balls. Run with it.
Oh, do you see the shirts?
Uh-uh.
Oh, bro, I'll buy you a shirt. It's just that there's plastic on your balls right here, and then the logo is in the back.
You're
I'll
gonna
buy
run
you a shirt.
You're gonna run with this now. So okay, so how far away are we from Sedona's, the spring you're going to?
2 hours, and also a reason it's good to drink spring water from your local area is because it helps you get acclimated to the environment in that area.
So you're illegal Breaking Bad right now. You're just fucking muling it. You're muling this water. Fucking 2 hours. This adventure. It's cool that you started from the ground up with it right now, and you're trying.
Yeah, thanks. Well, the way I think about it is because this has been fucking bothering me for a while because I want to drink good quality water.
And not have plastic in your balls.
Yeah, and also not pay $35 a day for the individual glass bottles.
And like since Mountainside's kind of not getting their shit together.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are running a water delivery service and they can't even deliver water.
Yeah. Dude, it's tough. Man, well, that's like a draw concern. When you tell me that shit, I'm going, fuck, why is that? And then I'm going, oh, fuck, why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, water, everyone needs water. Everybody needs water. And the more we know about what's good and bad. You think I grew up in fucking 1997 running around with my friends and no levels, it just wasn't happening.
No, it's not taught to people, and it's not taught on purpose. They want you to be stagnant.
They want us to be sick.
They want all of the fighting age men to be suppressed.
Mentally
That's
ill,
why they put this shit
this.
in the water. They put this shit in the food. And then when you go to them because your fucking PP doesn't work, they'll just give you another pill. And then that pill has side effects, and they'll give you pills to counteract those side effects. It's all part of a system, and the system is satanically, demonically rigged.
That's why I'm just trying to work on working out and eating right. Fuck, do I cave to a pizza though sometimes?
Well, dude,
I love pizza.
If you go to a good place like Grimaldi's, they don't use fucking seed oils in the pizza. You work out hard, you earn those calories. It's not even fucking bad for you.
There we go.
You just have to watch. You have to educate yourself on the ingredients. Don't eat fucking seed oils. Try to limit added sugars. Do not eat anything that's bioengineered. If you just educate yourself, you can enjoy these things like pizza and just go to a place that doesn't douse it in poison before they serve it to you.
Thanks to apps too. Maybe that's another thing you
Scout.
should maybe that's another app you should try and dive into that you can maybe co-merge with your water thing somehow. I don't know.
There's a pre-existing app called Seed Oil Scout that you could just put in the name of the restaurant. It'll tell you if they use seed oils.
There you go. It's a good sponsor to get.
That would be fire.
Damn. So what's your have you made your first travel yet to Sedona to fill your, because you just got your gallons.
Yeah, I just got all of the jugs delivered, but I've been going for myself before. But before I started doing it as business, I started doing it for myself and supplying myself with the water.
That's sick. So now that you got your gallons, you haven't made
more. Now we're fucking ready to rumble, baby.
When are you gonna make your first trip?
Sunday. So the first commercial trip will be Sunday.
That's fire. You got anyone going with you or just you?
I'm trying to see if my boy JoJo can go.
JoJo MMA?
Yeah.
Boy, that's what's up, dude.
He can help me carry a larger capacity because he's a bigger car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because now once you get it going, and when you get it going, it's going to be, like, that's what's fun, dude. Like, with my podcast. So me and Brendan started me and my mom and dad's fucking basement with a shitty table. Same mics. Shout out everything because these are still OG and still great. Different cameras, different setups, different backgrounds. And in time, you grow it, you make it what it is.
Yeah, that's like that's almost entropy. The same way, it's just interesting watching it grow. You start something, you're consistent with it, and you watch the background grow. You watch everything grow and improve.
It's like a little cartoon Dylan right now with his tiny jugs right now, and he's starting
big fucking jugs. Don't call my jugs small.
My bad. And I'm just thinking because in my head, the way I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm gonna see you in a truck one day, and this fucking thing's gonna be massive. Big ass trucks going. Be sick.
It will be.
And 20 years old, bro. A little entrepreneur move like that at a young age.
Fucking big G.
That's fucking good shit, man.
Thanks, Schmidt.
Yeah, it's inspiring, even from a guy that's way older than you.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming on the Papa, man.
Yeah, no problem. I like doing this.
Yeah, it's fun. We'll be doing our confidential pod. What's day? Thursday in 2 days.
Yeah.
So I'll see you there, my friend. Thanks for
Hell
coming
yeah,
on.
brother.
Everybody, I'll just put his Instagram in the bio. Go check out my boy
MMA
Dylan.
_
Go watch his violent massacres on people.
I do some pretty brutal videos, me beating the shit out of people
Caution.
on my Instagrams. Yeah, just beating the absolute fucking tar out of them. So go check them out.
If that side of Dylan is not your fault, is not your forte, well, he also has the other fun stuff. So go check that out, Jobins. Drink good water. Stay hydrated.
Later, G's.
Love ya.